Terminal 5 at Heathrow, England.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard British Airways Flight 277, non-stop service from London Heathrow to Hyderabad, India.
Did I hear the captain say something about the flight to Hyderabad?
Get out!
But why did you have to say the crew is unable to let the plane leave the gate?
It would not have been fair for the crew to start the flight. And we will leave the gate after you've fastened your seatbelt.
No, the crew does not need to give an instruction. Tace only wanted to fly on the plane for overhearing the captain.
That may be true, Christian Mansell, but I literally heard the captain welcoming the passengers on the flight to Hyderabad. And for no reason whatsoever, the flight attendant told me to fasten my seatbelt. Is it really necessary for a passenger to be told to fasten their seatbelt?
Seatbelts are a mandatory requirement for a journey on a plane. Give us your passport and put on your seatbelt.
You did not need to tell me to give you my passport. I was looking forward to flying to Hyderabad, but you had to ruin it by telling me to fasten my seatbelt. Can I play the safety video?
No. We can't play the safety video because your seatbelt hasn't been fastened. You need to fasten your seatbelt before we can play the video.
Why the heck did you deny my request? I will have to play the safety video myself over you refusing to play it.
We're now going to explain the emergency procedures on this British Airways.
Why the heck did you interrupt the safety video?
We interrupted the safety video because we told you to give us your passport. But you did not listen to us and played the safety video.
You literally said that the cabin crew would play the safety video without you telling me to give you my passport. You could have at least let the video play in its entirety without being interrupted.
Tace heads to the location of Stepney and Julie. When she gets there,
I cannot believe that the British Airways cabin crew interrupted the safety video.
What the heck do you think you're doing?
We were listening to Tace explain what happened. And the crew must have been giving her preferential treatment.
I have to agree with you, Stepney. The cabin crew are showing bad behavior towards me, and they should have let me fly to Hyderabad without a passport.
I do not care if you're talking about our behavior. Give us your passport or we will have to cancel the flight.
Why the heck are you threatening to cancel the flight? I was talking to Julie and Stepney about the cabin crew's behavior, and you're telling me that you will have to cancel the flight if I don't give you my passport.
Well, I think you're to blame for not obeying the instructions. And a passport is required for you to fly on a plane.
I'm not aware of you telling me that, Stepney. And I'm pretty sure that British Airways does not require passports on the plane to Hyderabad. Can I play the safety video?
No. We can't play the safety video because you haven't given us your passport. You need to give us your passport before we can play the video.
What the heck is your problem? I wanted to be taken through the safety procedures on the aircraft with the safety video, and you said to me that I need to give you my passport. What is wrong with British Airways at this moment in time?
You have 30 seconds to give us your passport. If it is not given, we will have to cancel the flight.
All right, Mr. British Airways flight attendant. I'm giving you my passport.
No, it's not there, I'm afraid. Sorry.
What do you mean you cannot let her fly? I was expecting you to let her fly.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
What? You can't really have to deny the approval for Tace to fly. You will have to tell me why you're not letting her fly.
I said good day!
We're now going to explain the emergency procedures on this British Airways aircraft. The captain and the crew are here for your safety. It is important that you pay attention.
A few minutes later.
If we land on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove it from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust. You must not inflate your life jacket until you are outside.
Oh no. That doesn't look good.
Why the heck are we talking about life jackets? Is this what commercial airliners have to have nowadays?
Yes, I think you're right on that one. Life jackets are inflatable flotation devices stored under or behind seats for emergency water landings. And they are designed to keep you buoyant and upright in the water.
I've never heard you talk about life jackets, Stepney. And I'm pretty sure that you haven't worn one, Julie.
Wait a minute. Can I stop you here for a second? I've got to say that I've worn a life jacket, but that was when I encountered a storm at sea. Are you telling me that a life jacket can save your life?
It will do if you fall into the water. And are you telling me that you're into life jackets, Julie?
Exactly. I was wearing a life jacket during the storm, and it helped save me when a rogue wave hit my boat. However, while I was doing research on life jackets, I found a picture on the Classic Boat website. It showed a boy in the pool, and he was wearing an inflatable life jacket. I can't get this image out of my head.
I can tell, Julie. And which type of life jacket do you prefer?
I prefer inflatable life jackets. They are designed to inflate upon immersion with water. And they have an inflation tube, so that you can blow into it as a backup or to top up the air. Remember, whenever you are sailing in a storm like I did, always wear a life jacket. Life jackets are there to keep you afloat, you know.
I'm not even surprised that you were wearing a life jacket, Julie. And where are you and Stepney sitting on the plane?
We are sitting near the wings of the aircraft. And do you want to know what your odds of surviving a crash are?
Let me get air crash investigation narrator Jonathan Arris for you. He will give you the answer you need.
Though opinions vary, some statistics show that passengers seated at the rear of the plane have the highest average survival rate, 69%. In the overwing section, that number drops to 56%. In the forward section, your odds of surviving a crash are less than even, 49%.
I am beginning to worry. Is this a sign for things to come?
I don't think you will survive at the front of the plane, Julie. It's not like there will be a jump.
And remember, I love you.
Where the heck is that sound coming from?
It is coming from Barney the dinosaur, and he will now recite his closing rhyme.
Hello again to all my...
Why the heck did you interrupt me while I was talking?
Because you came on the plane uninvited. And you are to be kicked out of the plane.
You did not need to tell me that you're kicking me out of the plane. Can the plane leave the gate?
No. We can't leave the gate until you've left the plane. You have to do as you're told or we will have to cancel the flight.
Why the heck are you threatening to cancel the flight? All I wanted to do was fly to Hyderabad. I do not want to talk to you anymore.
I can't believe that Barney got kicked out.
It wasn't Barney's fault that he got kicked out, Julie. The cabin crew should have let him fly on a plane for the first time.
I do not care if you're talking about Barney. And you need to tell me why you came on the plane.
I'm not telling you why I came on the plane. It will result in consequences for Julie.
Tell me!
Why did you have to insult the cabin crew with your behavior? You will have to tell me why you insulted him.
All right, I will tell you. So I came on the plane after overhearing the captain welcoming the passengers on the flight to Hyderabad, India. I got into an argument with the flight attendant after he told me to fast. Why the heck did you interrupt me while I was talking?
Because your passport is not valid. And that means you can't go on this plane.
You did not need to tell me that I can't fly on the plane. I was supposed to fly to Hyderabad, India with British Airways, and you told me that my passport is not valid. Can I play the safety video?
No. We can't play the safety video because you didn't obey our instructions. You need to obey our instructions before we can let you fly.
Why the heck are you unable to let me fly? I wanted to fly on British Airways Flight 277 to Hyderabad, India, and you said to me that I didn't obey your instructions. Can you let me fly to Hyderabad?
No!
You disgrace of a British Airways crew member, stop insulting me with your behavior and let me fly to Hyderabad.
How dare you call me a disgrace of a crew member? You know that you need to have a valid passport to fly on a plane operated by British Airways. And if you had shown good behavior and obeyed the cabin crew instructions, the flight would have left the gate on time. And you should know very well that a plane can only leave the gate with a valid passport to comply with international immigration laws and security regulations. If you had given us a valid passport instead of an invalid passport, the flight would have landed at 5:20 a.m. IST. But you did not listen to us and your behavior has caused the flight to be delayed by 7 hours and 30 minutes. You should also know very well that regulations require your compliance with lighted signs, placards and crew member instructions. And that failure to obey them can lead to serious consequences, including immediate removal from the plane, heavy fines, permanent flight bans and up to 20 years in prison. I've had to call the police on you over your behavior and you are to be kicked out of the plane. And not only are you being kicked out of the plane, but you are also permanently banned from flying on any British Airways plane to any destination in its route network. On top of that, we have had to take your passport away and there will be no 5:20 a.m. IST landing for the plane. And on top of that, we have had to ban you from international travel. And
You are over!
At 2240 BST.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are very sorry for the delay to our departure, but the flight is now ready for pushback. Make sure that your seat backs and tray I do not want to talk to you anymore.
What? You can't really have the captain walk out on the crew. You will have to tell me why the flight was delayed.
I said good day!
It's a medicine, and I'm Dr. Feel Right. I'm gonna make you feel good, give your body a pure delight. Music is a medicine, and I'm Dr. Feel Right. Feel good, feel good. I got that feel good, feel good. I'm gonna make you feel good, feel good. I got that feel good, feel good. Gonna make you.
The plane leaves the gate nearly 8 hours behind schedule. At 22:57 BST, it taxis to runway 27 left. Air traffic control gives it the all-important instruction.
You are cleared for takeoff. Runway 27 left.
Fasten your seatbelt because...
Here we go.
The plane leaves nearly 8 hours behind schedule. It's the start of the 9-hour journey to Hyderabad. The plane flies over the M25 motorway. But then...
The huge jet shudders and banks to the left.
What the heck happened here?
The rear left door has blown off, and it has caused an explosive decompression.
Brace for impact!
No!
Oh no. That was a horrible nightmare. I've got to tell Hong Mei.
Are you alright?
No. I'm not alright.
Oh dear. Poor Julie. What's wrong?
I had a nightmare about a plane crash. It began when a passenger got on the plane with an invalid passport. Their rude and unacceptable behavior resulted in them being kicked out, and the plane took off nearly 8 hours late. Then, the rear left door blew off, causing an explosive decompression. The plane crashed, and everyone on board was killed.
What? You can't really be serious.
And now I can't get to sleep over what happened.
I really do feel sorry for you, Julie.
No. I don't want to hear anything else from you. Get out, now.